Every time your infotainment screen freezes, dealerships want you to believe you need a software update or even a replacement. Here's the shocking truth: you can fix it yourself in 10 seconds at home. There's a hidden reset that clears Bluetooth issues, glitchy audio, and frozen nav screens instantly. Mechanics don't want you to know about it because it kills easy money jobs. Watch closely, because once you see how quickly this reboot works, you'll never again panic when your car's systems start acting possessed. It's fast, free, and sitting right there in your dashboard. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Why do so many strange warning lights appear on your dashboard only to vanish the next time you start the car? It's not a ghost in the machine. The real explanation comes down to the way your car stores and processes data. Modern cars aren't just mechanical systems anymore. They're computers with wheels constantly juggling information from dozens of sensors and control units. Every tiny component, from your brakes to your Bluetooth, is reporting back to the main brain of the car. And sometimes, just like your phone, it gets overwhelmed. Here's the thing most drivers assume: if a warning light pops up, the part must be failing. A check engine notice must mean the engine is breaking down. If the ABS light flickers, the brakes must be in danger. That belief has sent countless car owners racing to the dealership worried about expensive repairs, when the actual problem is often far less dramatic. Instead of a broken part, it's usually the car's software throwing a fit. Think about your own experience. Maybe your infotainment screen has gone black out of nowhere, or the Bluetooth connection refuses to recognize your phone even though it worked perfectly fine yesterday. Many people are convinced that means the system is dead or needs costly replacement hardware. But remember how often you've had to restart a frozen laptop or a sluggish smartphone? The exact same principle applies inside your car's network of electronics. Your engine control unit, or ECU, is like a computer's operating system. It takes data in, runs commands, and reacts to changes. Just like a laptop can hang on a simple command and appear broken, your ECU and infotainment system can stall because of corrupted memory or minor communication errors. The hardware isn't toasted, the data is. A reboot clears the mess and allows the car's brain to catch its breath. What's truly surprising is how often dealerships bank on this misunderstanding. Studies have shown that a huge number of service department visits end with nothing more than a reset. No parts swapped, no wiring replaced, just a software reboot. And yet owners still walk out with a hefty bill because they believed something major had failed. Resetting costs the dealership almost nothing, but the myth of failure equals replacement keeps these quick fixes profitable. The twist is, you don't actually need a mechanic to do these resets. Car manufacturers often design built-in reboot functions to make diagnostics easier, but those functions are almost never explained to everyday drivers. They're hidden in plain sight: key combinations, menu prompts, or small recessed buttons that quietly restart the entire system. Once you know about them, you realize these systems were meant to be reset by ordinary people, not just technicians. Understanding this one truth, the difference between a bad part and a bad data state, can be the line between a $200 bill and a 10-second fix. Most of the issues that seem catastrophic, like a frozen radio or a random check engine light, aren't true mechanical failures at all. They're just the car's digital brain trapped in a corrupted loop. Breaking that loop is often as simple as pressing and holding the right button at the right time. So here's the payoff. Around 99% of glitches that feel like major breakdowns are nothing more than bad memory states inside the car's system. They aren't failing transmissions or dying infotainment units. They're glitches waiting for a reboot. And the best part is, you don't have to spend a dime to reset them. In fact, the restart trick for your frozen infotainment system is sitting right there in your dashboard. Most mechanics won't bring it up, but in just a second, I'll walk you through the exact steps to pull it off yourself. Imagine you're driving down the highway using your navigation system, and suddenly the screen locks up. No music, no maps, no Bluetooth, just a frozen display staring back at you. You take the car to the dealership and they tell you it needs a replacement module that'll cost over $1,000. But what if all it really needed was one hidden reset? Not a part swap, not expensive labor, just a simple reboot built right into the system. It sounds almost too easy, but that's exactly how many infotainment problems are solved, by holding the right combination of buttons for a few seconds. Most drivers have no idea these reset shortcuts even exist. Car manufacturers don't put them in flashy menus or highlight them in the owner's manual. Instead, they're buried in the software or triggered by button presses the average person would never think to try. Hold down two keys, maybe press a knob while turning the ignition, and suddenly the system restarts like nothing ever happened. It's the same principle as holding down the power and volume keys on a frozen phone. Simple, fast, and free. The truth is, most people panic the moment technology inside their car refuses to cooperate. They assume the worst, that the screen is dead, the electronics are toast, or the system has failed beyond repair. That fear drives them straight to a dealer or repair shop. The dealership then charges for updates, diagnostics, or even a replacement unit, but the underlying glitch is almost always cleared with a reset. It's less a failure of the hardware and more a software hiccup that the car can't resolve on its own. Picture being stuck on a road trip without music or navigation, hours of silence interrupted only by the rattle of the tires and the hum of the engine. You keep stabbing at the screen, hoping it unfreezes, but nothing responds. Navigation remains locked on an old route and won't let you cancel. The call button won't connect your phone. The touchscreen acts like a sheet of dead glass. That frustration is what pushes drivers into costly fixes they didn't need. A reset can clear that exact scenario in seconds, restoring the system to normal without ever touching your wallet. And here's the critical insight. Most infotainment malfunctions stem from memory errors or software crashes, not dying hardware components. Industry reports have shown that dealerships frequently address these issues with resets behind the scenes, never mentioning it to the owner. The driver walks away thinking new software was installed or hardware was swapped when in reality, the technician just performed a reboot. It's designed into the system for troubleshooting, and it works far more often than not. So what's the actual process? Almost every manufacturer has built-in reset steps. For some cars, it's holding the power and home buttons for about 10 seconds until the logo appears. Others use a hidden pinhole reset located under the display, much like routers and modems do at home. Some systems let you navigate to a menu option and select reset directly. The point is, the solution is hiding in plain sight, waiting for you to use it. Within a handful of seconds, the screen goes dark, restarts, and your audio, Bluetooth, and navigation all return. That $1,000 replacement? Completely unnecessary. One important warning here, disconnecting your car's battery to force a reset isn't the right move. While it does sometimes force modules to power cycle, it can also create spikes in voltage or cause electronic memory loss in other control units. That kind of mistake can cost more than the original repair. Using the correct reset sequence is far safer because it's designed for the system itself. Once you know these hidden tricks, the entire game changes. You no longer rush to the dealership over a frozen screen or dead Bluetooth connection. You take 10 seconds, try the right reset, and save yourself needless stress and a big repair bill. Most of the problems you see in modern cars aren't broken parts at all. They're frozen software states waiting for a reboot, a dead screen, a stubborn Bluetooth system, or even a random warning light often clears with a simple reset. That means you already have the tools to fix issues that would otherwise cost hundreds at a dealership. Share this with someone who panics every time a light pops up. They'll thank you. Remember, your car now behaves more like a computer than a machine, and knowing when to reboot instead of replace saves both money and frustration.